Alright people, welcome to SouFLoTV again. This time is called Why Are Black People So Jealous of Other Black People that are successful or become successful? This one hit home. And the reason why this one hit home is because it is. Check this out. I'm on the computer, right? I came home from work. I'm tired. I said, let me go get on the computer, surf a little of the YouTube videos and whatnot, answer a couple of my subscribers because they ask questions on SouFLoTV, and I comment right back to them. You know how we do on SouFLoTV, and we have a dialogue about certain topics, and then we keep it moving, right? What I saw, I'm looking at a video and I seen Puff Daddy, Bad Boy General, Puffy. I seen P. Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy, whatever you want to call him. He up there with Ebro. He promoing this new video or this new track, and behind him is his son, right? Now in my mind I'm thinking old money, new money, big money, stability, financial stability, riches, all kinds of shit, all kinds of positive things. Then I went to the comments. Every hateful comment that I saw in that video came from a black person. This is what I'm talking about. And this is how they address the shit. Let me tell you the comment that made me have to make this video. This nigga said, fuck Puffy's son, because he had everything handed to him. Fuck Puffy's son, because he had everything handed to him. I bet you every friggin' penny I've ever made in my life, I bet you my whole savings account, that this same coon ass nigga, and this is the real definition of a coon, I bet you he never got on the Rothschild. I bet you he never got on the Bilderbergs. I bet you he never got on the owners of Microsoft and Apple. I bet you he never got on any of them video and say fuck their kids because they had everything handed to them. You see, this shit is sad. And this same idiot, the only thing he claims to wear is Gucci, Fendi, Prada, and these kinds of brands. None of these are black. None of these put money back in a black community. Okay? Now he said fuck Puffy's son because he had everything handed to him. The beauty of this video that I was watching, when I seen Puffy with his son standing behind him, in my mind when I saw it, I thought, Puffy doing this video, he wilding out with Ebro. And you could go look it up on YouTube. He wilding out with Ebro, but right behind him is his son, and his son is standing there so humble, like, my daddy is the shit, but this shit ain't mine. I'm trying to learn the ropes so one day I could rule this empire, because somebody got to take it over, or else it'll go to somebody that has nothing to do with my bloodline. That's what I was thinking. Not in the hateful comments. In the hateful comments you see shit like fuck Puff Daddy's son because he had everything handed to him. Let me ask y'all this. Isn't that the epitome of the struggle for those of us who decide that we are going to struggle because we want our children to have better than we have ever had? Isn't that 100% the pride of every man or woman or family that's able to pass down wealth to their children and grandchildren, to make sure that they will never have to be shot down in the streets, locked up, and have no lawyer, private lawyer that's really fighting for you? See, these niggas, they depend on public defendants. That's why they end up in prison. They hustle with no bail money and party out all their hustle money in a club and on fly gear, so people could look at them and say, damn, your sneakers fly, damn, your shirt or your pants fly, your pants shirt match your hat, man, you doing it. Where the fuck does that lead you? Huh? Somebody said to me a long time ago, if you want to see a young black child's college tuition, go look in their closet, because it's probably there. And I remember growing up, and I remember when we couldn't afford no computers, and I remember having white friends that they dressed shitty as fuck when they came to school. Sneakers looked like they was kicking shit for blocks. Like he kicked a load of dog shit for 10 blocks before he got to school. Fucked up sneakers. Clothes had no name on them. They shopped at the stores that we laughed at. But when I asked these dudes, or when I went to their houses, guess what these kids had in their room? In their room, they had a computer. One white lady said to me, which is the mother of one of my friends when I was growing up, she said, tomorrow is computers. The world is going to be ran by computers. And I'm making sure that my son understands computers fully, understands the programming of computers, understands how they're built and all that shit. You know what he does today for a living? That white boy? Big up Jay, because Jay used to have them big ass braces on. Matter of fact, he was my best friend, and he was my friend who ran for his life when I got jumped and punched in the back of my head, and I ran too. Big up Jay, because Jay today is a computer engineer out in Hollywood. The shit that's sad to me is how we don't invest in our own, and then when they make it, we're mad at them for making it. And on top of being mad at them for making it because we're still stuck in a struggle, we hate on them for making it. It's like they're not welcomed back to the hood anymore. They're not welcome back to the neighborhood anymore. It's like they're not special anymore. I remember when I was going off to join the military, and a bunch of motherfuckers, a bunch of black dudes, to put it specifically on this video, a bunch of black dudes said to me, I was cutting hair in Brooklyn at the time. I was a barber, and I was the youngest barber in the building. I was 18 years old. Actually, I was 19 years old, right? And a bunch of motherfuckers on the block said to me, you about to go join the army? Man, you about to go fight the white man's war. Man, you about to lose your life over there. It's better you stay on the block with us and grind it out, homie. I said, fuck that. You know why I said fuck that at the time? Because I recognized early that there was a warrior in me that refused to live in poverty, and I was willing to go get it by any means necessary. So I decided, you know what, instead of staying around here selling nickel and dime bags of weed, which is what I was doing, and cutting hair as a barber, I had a legitimate income. I was cutting hair. I was a barber. Everybody knew me at Vernon is here. Pause. And I say pause because I want you to pause right now and go look it up. Vernon is here. V-E-R-N-O-N. Vernon is I-S hair. H-A-I-R. He's located between Union Street and Franklin Ave. On Franklin Ave, between Union and Bedford, I'm sorry, in Brooklyn, New York. I cut hair at that barbershop for 7 years, so I met all kinds of people. I'm talking about drug dealers who rode down the street. They was riding down the street with 2 guns. on a fast ass brand new motorcycle. All the girls wanted that. A lot of money in their pocket. And I'm talking about this one dude specifically that just came from Jamaica. And when he came from Jamaica, he came through the airport barefooted. Barefooted. Imagine you traveling from Jamaica to come live in America with your family, but you came through the airport barefooted because your family was so poor and your family in America didn't even give you a pair of shoes. This motherfucker got here from Jamaica barefooted, and no lie, within 30 to 60 days he had a badass motorcycle, but everywhere he went he had 2 guns on him. Every time he came to the barbershop, when he sat in the chair to get a haircut, he would say, "Yo, my youth, turn the chair that way there. Which way? Face the door." So I'm cutting his hair the whole time, and I had to face him to the door because he was so paranoid of who was going to come in and try to take his life because of the life he was living, trying to get somewhere better in life. I recognized myself. I recognized myself in him early. And I said to myself, I don't want to live that life. Today, he is doing 25 years in a federal prison in the United States of America. Today, I'm traveling. I just went through 4 weeks ago, or 3.5 weeks ago. I've been in Texas going on 4 weeks now. 3.5 weeks ago, I just went through 6 states. 6 states of the United States. More than a lot of people that were born and raised here have ever been through. Okay? Or have ever been to. At the same time, I went back to where it all started in Brooklyn. And I'm looking around on the block, and guess what I seen? 8 years later. I did 8 years in the military, right? And I came out, and I went back to the same streets that I used to run back in the day. And I'm not saying I run the streets like I was running that block. I'm talking about I used to run around on that block. Nickel and diamond shit. I knew who the big dogs were. And I wouldn't dare step on their feet because I hadn't grown to that level yet. So I'm not up here trying to claim no glory. I'm just saying. But I recognized what I could have been. And I said, fuck it. I'm going to go sign up with Uncle Sam. I'm going to go put on this uniform. He going to give me a gun. He going to send me where he got to send me. In the meantime, I got a guaranteed paycheck. And I got a lot of benefits coming my way that I can use to further myself towards my future. Is that not a sacrifice? So when I look at Puffy, P. Diddy, and he has his son sitting behind him or standing behind him in an interview with Ebro, which he was standing behind him. And at the comments is all these black people making these fucked up comments. Oh, fuck P. Diddy's son because he just had shit handed to him. That's how it's supposed to be, fuck boy. You're supposed to go through the struggle so your children don't have to go through the struggle. So I typed on there, I said, you sound like a real hater. Calm down. That's what it's supposed to be. This nigga wrote back, or nigger, not nigga. Nigga is N-I-G-G-A. Never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. This was a nigger, a fucking ignorant person. He wrote back, oh, SouFLoTV, so what? You supposed to be my counselor now? I don't want to be a counselor. I just want to use you as an example to show the rest of the conscious-minded people that are heading somewhere that this shit ain't really about skin color, even though when you down in the bottom of the struggle, this is what it really seems like. But the more you get up and up and up out of it, you start to see things differently. Black people got more haters that are black people than anything else in the world. Matter of fact, when those who don't like you really don't like you and they don't like what you're saying, and they want to contain you, they will send one of your own that pretend to be like you to come talk to you, to calm your monkey ass down, okay? Or to misdirect you. So it goes back to what the basis of this video is, which is, why do black people hate on other black people that are successful? I don't want to hear no shit about no Willie Lynch syndrome. I don't want to hear no shit about no oh, it's been set like that. I don't want to hear nothing about no systematic nothing. Excuses, excuses, excuses. There's nothing new that's going on here. If you're talking about systematic, if you're talking about Willie Lynch bullshit, if you're talking about all that fuck shit, listen, our people came before us, okay? And they showed us these things so that we would not grow up using these things as an excuse. You understand? So fuck the excuses. I don't want to hear it. A lot of people, as far as I've seen it, a lot of black people are comfortable right where they're at. And a lot of them are misguided. More are misguided than anything else. A lot of them are comfortable right where they're at. To be able to get up every day and not have a 9-to-5. And I'm not telling you to not have a 9-to-5 because you don't want to work for somebody. I don't want to work for anybody either. But it's a stepping stone. And the amount of money you make for working for somebody, if you're doing it the right way, can lead you to working for yourself if you're doing it the right way. I'm going to say that again. The amount of money that you make for working for somebody can be that stepping stone for you if you do it the right way. I'm not talking about come here and work some minimum wage job and you're flipping fucking burgers at $5.75, $8.95, $9 an hour. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about going to school. I'm talking about getting an education. I'm talking about people like me. Let me give you a rundown of people like me. People like me that decided to pick up a weapon, put on a uniform, join something that's bigger than anything right now moving on the earth. If you can name something that's bigger and more powerful than the United States Army or the United States Army Infantry, tell me, because I don't know it. So when I decided to do that, I had my goal in mind. And my goal in mind was to defend where I come from, because I have children that are going to grow up there. At the same time, I looked at the dollar amount and I said, shit, I got homeboys that's going out of town right now, this day, this very minute while I'm making this video. Motherfuckers going out of town right now for $10,000, and they're coming back home, risking their life, selling dope. They call it going OT or going out of town because drugs bumping in another city. I've been through that, man. I don't want to do that. I went to college. I got a degree. I'm a therapist, a traveling therapist. So when I go out of town, I'm going out of town delivering therapy. I pay taxes. Yo, me not like so nowhere, but me have to so nowhere. I pay taxes. You understand? I travel and I give therapy. Okay? I travel to nursing homes. I give therapy to nursing home recipients or clients. I give therapy to children. I do therapy on all kinds of levels. I am a traveling therapist because I went to school for this. My education cost more than my mother's house.